Upon arrival of your FLS transmitter, you should inspect the unit for damage and scratches. Remove the unit from the box and be sure it includes the DC power connection, the handheld device, the cable for the handheld device, a set of mounting brackets and screws, and an instruction booklet. On the right side of the transmitter, you'll find the power supply to the unit. On the other side of the unit, you'll notice the control module and the power amplifier module. Should the user need to remove either of these modules, it may be done so by removing the screws from both sides, pressing the latches, and pulling the tray out. On the rear of the unit, you'll find the on-off switch, the power-in connector, and the earth chases connection. Additionally, you will also find the communications module and the output module. First, you must determine what rack or bay mount your unit is to be installed into. Refer to your company's procedure for further information. The FLS transmitter will arrive having been previously set up for a 19-inch rack. You will find extension brackets to allow for additional sizes. To move or replace the current brackets, you must first remove the front two screws with a Phillips head screwdriver. You may now add the larger size brackets, or you may remove the two middle screws to add the support brackets, which will allow you to set the unit where you want within the rack. Connect the cable from the relay box to the back of the unit. Note, the installation of the relay box and the connection to the fibers will not be covered here and is supposed to be done prior to the following step. Attach the cable to the handheld device and plug the other end into the controller module on the FLS unit. Rest the handheld device on the provided rail. On the other side of the unit, attach the DC power supply cable, following the proper polarity. This DC cable should go to the fuse panel with an F7A fuse. The connection to the 48-volt power line should be done by authorized personnel, following all the company procedures. Connect also any additional connections you have. Flip the power switch breaker on the back to turn the unit on. The unit will power up. The handheld device will read "Unit not installed." Using the stylus, click the Install button. This choice will take you through the installation process. This installation can be done also at future times should it be needed. The unit will display a self-check. Click Next to continue. Assign a station ID using the dial pad. This number will help to distinguish between units and will be used as an access code when dialing in using a phone line. Clicking Next will bring up a screen where you can enter a station name. On the following screen, you will be able to choose in which direction the unit will send the signal, respectively east, west, or east and west. You will next need to select the maximum line of voltage. This selection is usually done based on the length of the route. Next step will ask whether or not you would like to install the extra low frequency, or ELF, should it be activated. On your next screen, you can select the time zone, the date, the time, along with additional options. The unit will then ask for the telephone number line that is connected to the unit. Enter it and click Next. You will then be able to enter how many rings the unit will allow before it answers. The system summary will now display all choices you have selected. If you wish to change any of your selections, press Previous to return to that screen. The next screen will ask what frequencies you wish to install. Deselect the ones that you do not need. Once you have made your final selections, press the Start button. The FLS will now begin installation and will go through each frequency to optimize the output signal for that particular line. Once installation is complete, settings will be saved. The top of the screen displays what step the unit is on, what direction it is installing, and how many signals it has installed. The bottom of the screen shows which signal it is installing along with its progress. Once the unit has finished installing, Standby will appear on the screen. On the display, the FLS offers you a number of options depending on what items you selected prior to installation. Tap the Lines button to switch the unit between West, East, and West-East operation, or whatever directions you have installed. All of these parameters may be adjusted in the menu screen. Here you have the option to change your frequency. If the unit is able to put out an extra low frequency, the FLS will give you the option to turn it on or off. Press Timer to adjust how long the FLS stays activated. On the alarms page, you will find what value of current the FLS will display an alarm at. The values default to 20% above and 20% below the normal value. You may adjust these values by using the arrow keys. In the active mode, when the unit reaches these values, it will display an alarm. The user setup will ask you which preset you would like to add your current selections to. This allows the user to quickly switch between different options they have previously set. In the Utilities menu, you can tap the Edit button to bring up a list of adjustable options that were set during the initial installation. Other available selections allow you to calibrate the screen and view the FLS software version. If you wish to reinstall the unit, click Install. Back on the main screen, press Active to activate the unit. The FLS will now display its output parameters. If you need to, you may return to the main menu, click Output Adjust, and change the amount of current that the unit is putting out. Click Adjust Output.